let's get started. And of course, we hope that people will be joining us as we progress. Wow. Look at that rare. Holy moly. Drakaseth is just insane. If you can get that going, then and it stays in play for even just a turn or two, you will win. Excuse me. I would have been happy to see the Empyrean Eagle 2 days ago. We never did see one. But on the other hand, our deck was clearly not lacking too much in its absence. Scuttlemud is fine. I wouldn't mind a Scuttlemud or two to support the Drakaseth. Shock is fine. And these are all, you know, there are some perfectly fine cards in here. I think it has to be Drakaseth. I mean, it's just too strong to pass up. Interesting that LSV gives it only a 3.5 rating. And he does that mainly because, as he says, you'll need to do some work to cast it. Let's see. What he actually says is you have to make a deck that can control the game and ideally have some ramp elements. If you can cast an attack with Drakaseth, you basically win on the spot, and that's worth quite a bit. Breathing Fire on 3 different targets is huge, which obviously it is. And almost impossible to come back from. Yeah, we're going to take that. Okay, so that's really strong. Some green for ramp can help us to get there. So the Leafkin Druid is looking promising. The Brawler is very strong in that color, so I kind of like that too. Vial of Dragonfire for some bad removal. All of these are fine. I really... So the Lavakin is on color. You know what? I think the Druid might be a smarter pick. Okay, so there's a couple of things going on here. Excuse me. I really hope this frog hops away soon. So on the other hand, the Lords of Limited podcast advocate very strongly trying to be strongly in a color by the time you're done with Pack 1 in Arena. Okay, if that's so, then the Brawler might be a perfectly good choice. The other thing, on the other hand, however, the Leafkin Druid can help us to ramp into the Drakaseth. And if red dries up very quickly, then we're not necessarily left high and dry with just our 2 red cards. And just to make matters worse, LSV rates them at the same. He gives 3.0 to both the Brawler and to the Druid. This is where I would love to get some input from my team. None of my team members are here just yet, so I'll have to do without, of course. This is tough. You know what? Let's give a nod to the Lords of Limited approach, and we'll try the Brawler. There's another Brawler. That's interesting. The Scorcher is also fine. I am kind of liking green for ramping possibilities with Drakaseth. We could end up in a mono red deck. That would be very interesting. The only ones that I would really seriously consider right now are the Stormkin. Hey, Secret Nerd Dad, howdy, how are you? It's a pleasure to see you here. You're just in time. So let me give you a very quick recap. Pack 1, pick 1, I picked up the Drakaseth, which is, of course, quite the bomb. Pack 2, I felt like I was choosing between this Brawler, which I obviously ended up with, or a Leaf, the Leafkin Druid, in order to help with the ramp. So here we are now. I could stay on color, and I feel like another Brawler or the Scorcher would be fine. If you have any thoughts, I would love to hear them. Another possibility is the Stormkin. I could go red-blue, sort of leaning into elementals that is, with the Drakaseth as our curve topper. So I feel like those are our primary choices: the Scorcher, the Stormkin, or the Brawler. If you have no thoughts on it, then I think I would prefer the Stormkin, actually. Yeah, that is true. The Leafkin, the Risen Reef is green-blue, which means I would need to be 3 colors, which I'm not real keen on at this moment, because I would really, really like to play the Dracaset. It's just so strong. It does pump the Brawler, that is true. Let's go with the Scorcher then. I like that line of reasoning. Okay, so red, has clearly dried up, at least for the moment. So let's see what else may be presenting itself. The Weaponsmith is fine if we end up with a few of the Heart Piercer bows. I may choose that. Bone Splinters as some, as some removal. Actually, the Scampering Scorcher is not bad with the Bone Splinters. So I feel like it's either the Weaponsmith or the Bone Splinters. I am leaning towards the Bone Splinters at this moment, I think. Let me see if my Deckmaster overlay is working. It does seem to be. Okay, so that's good. Yeah. Okay, that sounds good to me. Let's give that a go. Dragon Mage. That would be funny, actually. Alright, so maybe a red and black approach, because the Sanitarium is an absolutely fine black card to play. The Dragonfire. Yeah, I like the Sanitarium too. That really is the one that I have my eye on mostly. I'm just considering these other options before I jump into anything that I might regret. The Backwater is not a terrible choice either. But yeah, I agree. Sanitarium sounds good to me. Shock is a really good choice. I feel like that's almost certainly going to be our pick. I'm not seeing anything else that really grabs me. Yeah, I think it has to be the Shock. Any objections to a Shock at this point? I think we are of a mind on that one. Okay, there's a Bladebrand. Very nice black card. Yeah, I think the Bladebrand is going to be good. It'll work well with our tokens as well. Yeah, I think it has to be the Bladebrand. Absolutely. We move on. The Scorch Spitter is a perfectly good 1-drop. And again, it can promote our minor elemental theme, which we may or may not have going on. It's either that or the Sorcerer, which is an okay 2-drop. I feel like the Spitter is better for us right now, and I feel like we're also likely to see more of these if we do need to pick this up. With the Challenger's Flyer, good point. We haven't seen any of those yet, but we may well. I think I'd rather pick up another Skeleton rather than a Bone Splinters at this point. I mean, removal is key, but you know, again. All right, Blood Burglar. It's a 2-drop. If we can be aggro, then that's fine. Yeah. I think it's burglar. Nothing good here. I guess if we pick up like 3 or 4 of these, then it might be something. I'm gonna take this, but I'm gonna sideboard it for now. Maniacal Rage, not oh no, this is the enchantment. I will take it, but I feel like I have 3 removal. Certainly. Are you considering the Blade Brand removal? Possibly. Sure, let's take a Dragon Mage. I feel like we're likely to play it. Abomination, if need be. Actually, let's move this to here. Oh, this would be great if we were in white. I am not going to speculate into white just for this guy. For the vault, yes. Good call. Alright, so the Siegebreaker is fine, but I feel like the Outrage has to be what we want. Yeah. Alright. I got you. I got you. I got you. Alright. Another Splinters, a Dragonfire. I would have loved to have had the Herald of the Sun on Monday's draft. I had a really nice blue and white Flyers deck. But that was then, this is now. Boy, look at this. Three good cards for that white Flyers deck. Treason, I really just don't much like. We already have 1 Abomination. I guess another Bone Splinters. Yeah, I think so. I don't want too many Bone Splinters, of course. There's the Chandra Spitfire. I think that's our... Oh, another removal. Ooh. Well, we have 2 Splinters. We have a Shock. We have... Treason with Splinter. That is true. That is true, and I already have the 2 Bone Splinters. Alright, if another Treason comes along, I will consider it. I'll be honest. I would really only want to run the Treason if I felt that I could reasonably, reliably have the Bone Splinters in hand at the time. So I'm not crazy about it as a thing to go for. So reduce stashes for some more removal. You know, lots of removal is fine. It really is. Mask is a bet. Not sure which mask you mean. The Spitfire pumps the Brawler. Indeed. Okay, I got you. Alright, so for right now, we're looking at the Spitfire, reduced to ashes, or even the Bloodfell Caves. This will help us with casting stuff. The Mask of Immolation, right. Yes, thank you, I had forgotten. I'm going to go for the Spitfire. We're still early in Pack 2, so there's a good chance we'll be seeing more of these reduces. I think the Spitfire is what we want. Outrage. Yeah, and the Outrage will also pump the Spitfire. Agreed. And there's our other reduced to ashes. Anything else that we want to even consider? The Stone Golem, not really. Yeah. Reduce. Another Shock is great. We may well take that. And there's this Sorcerer again. We're likely to see this. Another Shock. I can't imagine why not. me just see one thing real quick here. The fry is good, but this is best of one, so yeah, it's not going to be very useful to us main deck. This hits white or blue. Excuse me. Okay, let's move on. Another Bone Splinters. Actually, I think I'd like to take the Brawler at this point. You know what? Before we do that, let's take a look at what our curve is looking like. So we have 3 1-drops. Yeah, I like the Brawler, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be what we end up with. We have 2 guys in our 4-drops slot. The Goblin Smuggler would be very sweet. I'm actually surprised we haven't seen any. I'm going to go back to the other view because my eyesight ain't what it used to be. Yeah, let's go for the Brawler. Alright, here's your act of treason. I would almost rather take another skeleton to make our Bone Splinters looking good. Yeah, 3 skeletons is not terrible, and you know they can jump block non-flyers until the cows come home. Sure. What the heck? There's another Spitfire. Oh boy, lots of good choices here. Another Spitfire and another Brawler. You like the Spitfire better? It does come in a little bit sooner. And again, we only have the one in our 3-drop. I'll go with your advice. And the flying, of course, is good. I like your advice. So now this is an interesting deck. We seem to be heading mostly towards a quick aggro-ish kind of deck. But if we're going to hold off long enough to hold the Dragonset, then we will necessarily be looking for the long game, which means that the rip scale is a reasonable choice, I think, for a later game presence. Right now we have 4 1-drops. And again, we're still in pack 2. I think I'm going to go for the rip scale. Huh. There's your act of treason, and I think we're going to take it because there's nothing else here that interests me. Let's go for that. Another reduce. It's kind of expensive. This is just a 2-drop. The chances of our being able to get flying seem poor. So do we like the second removal or the second reduce, or do we like the bird grabber? You know, again, I think we're going to see more reduced ashes as we go. Yeah, it's not really clear just yet how aggro we are going to be. I think I'd rather go with this. Yeah. Sideboard. You may well be correct. We are going to be spending some time on deck construction, obviously. This is all nonsense. I could take this as another bad 2-drop. I think I'd rather take this for our sideboard. Almost certainly not going to play it. Yeah, this is all nonsense. Alright, pack 3, what do we got? Dungeon Geist is nice. There's our Smuggler, so that we might pick that up. Pattern Matcher. I could do Pattern Matcher to bring up more Spitfires or Skeletons or Brawlers. I think I'd rather take the Smuggler, though. The Soul Salvage is also well playable. You like the pattern matcher? That's interesting. I mean, as I said before, it can search up an additional skeleton or Spitfire or Brawler. I'm willing to go along with it. The Rapacious Dragon is fine. That seems likely. It is, yeah. At worst case scenario, the absolute floor on it is a Hill Giant, which is, you know, not great, but not the end of the world either. Gorging Vulture, I have not been real happy with. And for that, I think I'd really rather take a dragon. Invariably, when I play the Gorger, all that gets dumped into my graveyard is removal and battle tricks or things that I would really like to see. I think the dragon is what we want. Yeah, and there's not a lot in our 5 slot yet anyway. And the dragon can help us to get out the Drakaseth. I'm not crazy about the elemental. Again, we have a little bit of an elemental theme going. For the Gorgers. I really feel like the dragon is what we want. As a 5-drop, I prefer the dragon, and as I say, the 2 treasures can help. Right, the 2 treasures can help with Drakaseth. Heartpiercer Bow is not bad. The Keldon Raider can... Ooh. I think I like the Scuttlemutt. We can cast it with any colors, and it can help us to ramp into our... It can help to ramp us into our higher costed cards. I think I like the Scuttlemutt here. Yeah. Any objection to Scuttlemutt? If you can give me a strong argument for Raider, for the discard and draw, I would consider that. Ah, it does help against protection. I keep forgetting about that, so thank you for that reminder. Okay. Not interested in the Ringleader. This is not a Goblin deck. I already have a playset in my collection, and I'm not even using them. So I feel like here, Sorcerer is the only reasonable choice. Alternately, I could grab one of these for my Arena collection. Yeah, I'm not really dying for either one of these. So before I select, what is our deck likely to be thus far? Yeah. So those are fine. The Bird Grabber, I'm going to sideboard that for the moment. The Treason I'm going to leave. We have the 2 Bone Splinters, so I don't mind too much. These are fine. All fine. The Abomination, I'm not too sure about. So we already have a fully playable deck. I'm guessing that it'll get a little bit improved. Okay. We may drop the Ashes, possibly. How much other removal do we have? 1, 2, I guess. 3. I only have 3 others. See, for right now, I think I prefer to keep the Ashes. Right, I have 2 shocks. Yes, quite so. Collection is fine. I know I have at least 1 or 2 overcomes already. Let's go for this. Okay. The Cutthroat is fine. That's fine. That can work well with our shocks, our Bone Splinters. So I feel like that is our likely choice. Yeah. I think it has to be the Cutthroat. If you think I might be better served by an epicure, an airstrike, another servant, happy to hear your opinion. But I think the cutthroat is our pick right now. Okay, there is nothing. That's not true. The raider could fit into our deck. All true, all true. Yeah. The blade is interesting. It is interesting. Am I interested in that for my collection? Not I'm thinking of the decks that I have that run white. It doesn't excite me very much. The raider is more likely to be useful to our deck. All right, I'm gonna take the raider and bypass. And there's our smuggler. Yeah, it is. We don't have a smuggler yet, do we? Well, here it is. Can't imagine taking anything else. We already have one blood burglar. Let's take that. An axe could be interesting. Another. I'm not going to run more than one act of treason. I am not. A fourth skeleton could be very interesting. Alternately, the Marauder's Act. Yeah, another skeleton. Yeah, you're right. I have a lot of things that can combo with it nicely. I'm going to take another smuggler here. No, I'm going to take the salvage. We don't have any soul salvage yet. Agreed. The Diamond's Knight. Elemental. Infuriate. It's an okay battle trick, actually. +3/+2 is not terrible. Again, let's take a look at our curve. We have a well, I was gonna say we have a low curve, but these two guys go against that approach. We're gonna have some trouble making cuts here. Infuriate is great with the smuggler. Sure, let's pick it up and see what we've got. Heart piercer bow? Yeah, sure. I like it better than clogging up things with the servant. There's the sorcerer that we knew would come back. Okay, and this is all nothing. And nothing. And nothing. Okay, let's put this thing together. This could be really interesting. Old Sickback, I see you there. Let's hear from you. Oh, I didn't notice before that was you with the 2-drop. Okay. Thank you for that input. I thought it was another comment from Secret Nerd Dad. Good to see you. Alright, let's change our layout. Let's make these smaller. And make sure that our deck master is working, which it is not. Okay, if anybody needs me to enlarge these images, just say so. Alright, we have a bunch of cards that we need to drop. I think the bow is not going to be critical for us in this deck. Alright, so what are some good cuts here? We have a lot of things in our force spot. So that's I feel like the Predator might actually be a good one to lose. for that matter, maybe even both of these. That way we can go to probably 16 lands. Scuttlemutt, you know, again, I do like the ramp and the fixing. Alright, so those are Secret Nerd Dad's suggestions. I have no objection to those. As cuts, we still need to cut some more. So right now the only ramp possibilities are from the dragon. I guess we could cut the reduce to ashes. I hate to do that though. Or the pattern matcher. Pattern matcher represents possible. Okay, so you're advocating the act of treason. We do like the act of treason because of our 2 bone splinters. The predator we did get rid of. Infuriate. Where is that guy? And act of treason. I agree, Secret Nerd Dad, that the act of treason could have a very high ceiling, but I feel like the rest of these are just solid playables and don't require as much of a setup. So basically, anything that requires setup, you have to consider carefully. Agreed. If we had, the 2 bone splinters is nice. If we had 4 or more sack outlets, then maybe. What does mono red look like? Interesting question. Before I answer that, we have 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 black cards. All right. Let's take a look. That's a really interesting question. Let's take all the black cards out. Okay, so mono red, we would bring back possibly the Infuriate. Dragon Mage, I'm not thinking so. The Predator, the Scuttlemutt. I guess the Bird Grabber. The Arc, sure, the Bow, yeah. The Stone Golem, meh. We could add the Mage, but the Mage is weird. I don't like the Mage, mainly because the other guy gets to reset first. So this would be mono red. I don't really feel like this is going to work too well for us. Any thoughts on that, Old Sickback? Yeah, I'm Prismite for a bad 2-drop. And a Stone Golem for a bad 5-drop. Okay, do you guys really feel like this is an avenue of inquiry that can work? Act of treason. Alright, if we add the act of treason and the rage, cut the... add the dragon. Interesting. Cut the soul. Sorry, not sure. Act in rage. Cut the... the Soul Savage. I forgot about him. And get rid of the Prismite. That's interesting. Yeah, you really feel like this could work? It would be an interesting deck. I am willing to try a game with it, and if it completely falls flat, go back to the black-red build for further games. This is interesting, actually. What do you think, guys? Try it in the name of science? Yeah. You have intrigued me, old sickback, I must say. Okay, Secret Nerd Dad, are you still there? And if so, any comments on this approach? I don't see you there. Yes, there you are. Let's give it a go. Let's see what happens. I love having a team. I really do. It is so much better having a team. Oh, and before I do anything else, I'm going to move the chat stream over so that everybody can see all the lands. Okay, back to... I go first. I have a 2-drop and I need 1 land in order to get things going. I think this is a keep. Any thoughts, guys? No, I'm on the play. Okay. I will go with that. Well, we're going to that. Well, if I draw a land, then all is well with the world. There it is. Let's get this silly guy going. And our smuggler can come out next turn. Ah, good card. So I like the smuggler for aggro. The scuttlebutt gets us closer to these other things. The longer game might favor him because he's going to get a lot of scrying opportunities. I think smuggler to start pressuring him a little bit. The alternative is to play the scuttlebutt, followed up with the raider. But we are obviously committed to this course at this point. Another land I would not mind. Alright, that's fine. It will... Let's attack and play our scuttlebutt. If he is mana screwed, obviously that will help us. He has 8 cards in his hand. He's going to duress me. He's going to take away the shock. Alright, good for you, my friend. I think I like the raider. I think I'm willing to take the raider and pitch the predator. What do you think, guys? Play the raider, pitch the predator. Yeah. So let's attack first with our smuggler. Okay, that's good. Equip 1, which is meaningless right now. So we are done with our turn. We'll play our brawler next. Again, if he doesn't play any lands, then it's obviously a pretty one-sided game. I don't mind a win of any kind, but a real game is obviously preferable. Yeah, he's having serious troubles there. We attack with every. I would rather. Why equip the bow? I would rather attack with everybody and follow with the brawler. I can deal him 8 damage unless he has some effect. Oh, I was thinking of it, but again, there are no targets. Okay, so let's swing with everybody. And brawler. And he's probably just going to scoop. I can't imagine how he comes back from this. The pattern matcher. I guess I could do the pattern matcher first to get our other brawler. Or I could just reduce to ashes this guy. Yeah, let's do that. Right. Alright, so we won our first one, that's fine. It wasn't much of a game. Mana Screw on the other side does nothing for a lot of interaction. Swirling Torrent, woohoo. Alright, so that looked promising, I think. Let's continue with our mono-red approach. Okay, good. And again, just to remind everybody, there is a fair amount of lag between your putting in comments and my seeing them. There's also lag between my saying things and your being able to respond. So if you have a thought and there's any urgency at all to it, I encourage you to type it in as quickly as you can. Alright, so I can shock something. I can go with something turn 3. 1 land for the brawler. I think this is a keep. Yep. Scorpion. What shall he follow that up with? Nothing. Spitter. I am willing to trade my Spitter for his Scorpion. What do you think, guys? And then if he tries to pump it or something, I can shock it in response. Any objections to a... So much for that. Okay. So I'll let him have his 1 point of damage, and we'll see what we see. Okay, that's fine. My brawler can come out next turn. If he plays any decent targets, I can shock it and then make this a 4-3. So that... Oh no, I'd have to shock him. I'm not going to do that just yet. Yeah, that's not good. But I could trade. Let me just get rid of this phone call. Okay, no block. This is interesting. I could play the brawler and then double block his Crasher. I kind of like that, actually. Yeah, we're gonna do that. His Scorpion is going to continue to go unmolested. Smiter. Okay. mind doing this because the Spider more or less blanks the Spitfire as it is. Yeah, that's all fine. I think the dragon. And stand back. If need be, I can shock something. 4, 5, 6. Okay, we passed the turn. Yeah, I'll let his Scorpion have its way. For now. Active treason. That's interesting. We could active treason. I think I'd rather play the Predator, though. Let's do the Predator. If need be, we can active treason to give these guys unfettered access. And I think I may shock this guy in the near future. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. That's interesting. Alright, let's do the active treason. Let's take his spider. And let's swing with everybody. Let's play our bird grabber. And let's see what he does. He plays a Scorch Spitter. Three, 4, 5. I feel like we're going to attack with everybody. Well, let's see. No, let's just attack with our Predator. Let's see. He would have to block with all 3, and I'd be able to get rid of 2 of his creatures. I'm fine with that. Let's see what he does with that. Okay. Yep, that is how we want it ordered. 5, 6, and 1. Yep, that's all fine. And we end the turn. We can give him flying. Go figure. Wonder what he's got in his hand. Could be land, it could be a sick instant. Are there any sick instants that are threatening me at this point in his colors? Oh, inferior, that's perfect. Alright, so let's give him flying. let's attack with everybody. Alright, he has to block. 4, 5. And let's give one of them some extra juice, and I think that is me. Okay, we're 2-0 with this mono red deck. Guys, I think this is the first time in my life that I've ever played a mono color deck in a limited event of any kind. And we made it to the gold area, so that's great. Okay, you guys are good. Okay. I feel like I'm talking to nobody right now. I see that Secret Nerd Dead and Old Sickback have moved on. That's okay. I will continue in case anybody keeps... if anybody does decide to show up and to see what's going on here. Opponent is Feoff, F-E-O-F-F. I have... Oh boy. I'm not crazy about this hand. One more land and it would be marginal. I think I'd like to mulligan this actually, because pattern matcher early is really not what we want. And I am on the draw. Yeah, we're gonna try that. That's a little bit better, I guess. We're gonna keep this. We're gonna get rid of the rage. Okay, we have no plays until turn 3. That one's not terribly impressive. Alright. We shall see what we shall see. Okay. Not great, but it is something that we can get onto the field. What does this thing do? Oh, 1 damage. Oh, that's gonna be annoying. So, sure, let's attack. Let's play our Spitfire. Our Brawler will come out next. That'll be fine. Or the Outrage if he has something sick. Yeah, let's take the game to him. Play this guy, and then we can do Pattern Matcher or Outrage. So lots of good options here. We may get rid of that. I really don't much like it. Let's attack with everybody. Keep up the pressure. Which I hope will make his Audacious Thief effect a little bit less attractive. Okay. Now let's get another Monacan Brawler. Oh, I also have another Spitfire. I think we like the Brawler. Okay, I forgot that we have two Spitfires. Nice. Alright, we will certainly block the thief. I wonder, he must be having some good. Okay. Okay, that's fine. The pattern matcher has already done its work. We could reduce to ashes his silly thing. Or we could play both of these. I think that's exactly what we're going to do. So let's swing in. No, let's do the Brawler first. So, to give him some extra oomph. As well as the Spitter to give him that much more oomph. Okay, and now we attack for that much more. And that's game. Again, he was slow getting some lands out, so you know, bad for him. Creeping Chill. Alright, so we're 3-0 so far. It's going well. I wish my teammates had stuck around to see the fruits of their labors. Let's keep going. So if Old Sigbeck does not come back, he will certainly get a whisper congratulating him on his good idea. Alright, we have, yeah, again. Alright, we're going to keep this. We have a 3-drop and 4-drop. Yeah, we'll keep this. Miscreant. Are we going to be seeing... that's interesting. Are we going to be seeing a bunch of miscreants out of this guy? Could be. No 2-drops. We pass the turn. Arena doesn't even give me the option of pretending that I have something to play. Neither does he, obviously. Alright, so now we have our... he might have a convolute or something like that. What would I rather? Let's try the smuggler. The deck seems to be functioning fine without the smuggler, so okay, that's fine. That's a call I would really like to take, but unfortunately I can't right now. So I'm gonna have to send that back. Let's attack. And then bring out the Brawler. Might have been smarter to do that first while he has a clear board. Alright, so we'll see what he does in the next turn. Crash. Okay. So shall we? I could give this unblockable, or should I just get rid of it? Spitfire. Ah, thank you for that, Old Spec. I thought you had abandoned me. Just kidding. Abandon is too strong a word. So here I am. Spit and unblock. Sorry, I don't. So the spitter is fine. Oh, spitter and make him unblockable. Gotcha. Okay. That was a line I had been considering. Excuse me. Yes, good advice. Alright. So will he attack? I don't know. And I feel like this Scorcher would be... another land would be terrific. I feel like Scorcher and then make him unblockable. And I can always shock something if I need to. Okay. I'm just gonna send in the Brawler. Because once I can get rid of him. Yeah. I think just the Brawler. Sorry, I wish I'd seen that just a little bit quicker. We can probably do something like that on the next turn and then shock for mop-up. I think we're still in good shape, I think. I mean, he has 4 lands and he has a lot of cards, but we have clear board superiority, and I think he agrees with that assessment. Okay, I have to tell you, old Sickback, this deck is working out beautifully. It really is. We're 4-0. Okay, to any latecomers who may be lurking, we ended up drafting a black and red deck. One of my team members here, old Sickback, said, "What does mono red look like?" Here we are, and it's performing quite admirably so far. This is so different than the deck that I used 2 days ago. 2 days ago I had a blue-white Flyers deck, which also did well. This deck is quite different. Oh boy. What do you think? This is... I mean, once I can start playing things, then it'll be great, but... 4 turns of doing nothing, it seems like a lot. And I am on the draw. What do you think, guys? I am inclined to mulligan because I really don't like the idea of doing nothing for 4 turns. Even if I had a shock in here, I'd be happier about keeping. Any thoughts? Yeah? You think it's worth keeping? Alright, your advice has been solid so far. I will continue to heed it. Sorry about that. Cough right into the mic. That's better. That's better. That's fine. I'm pretty sure... I'm going to shock him now before he has any tricks. Any objection to my shocking him right now? Okay, thank you. vulture. Okay, that's fine. So the smuggler and... What do you think? Offer to trade? I think so. I'm inclined to attack. Attack or pass. Yeah. That was my thinking. Okay. We did what we could. Next up, two vultures. All right. So what's he dumping into his graveyard here? He has a wave crasher, a bunch of lands, and a befuddle. We're going to attack again, and I think I'd like. All right. So yeah, definitely attack. And what do you think? Follow it up with some removal, a brawler, raid and loot with the land. Okay, I like it. I assume I'm dumping the land to the raider. What'd I get? Another brawler? Okay. Another burglar. Well, you're really beginning to annoy me there. And a sprite. Alright. The Heart Piercer bow would be fine. Alright, we attack with everybody. And then bring out a brawler. So I'll attack with everybody and follow up with brawler. Sound good? The life gain is going to help him, obviously. He can deal me 6 damage with his flyers. I'm guessing he has a blade brand or something, but I'm only... yeah, oops. Yep. Yeah, because life gain is going to benefit him for sure. Interesting. I wonder what he's looking for. Maybe he's looking for his blade brand. I think at this point I have to... well, we're going to attack with everybody for sure. I feel like I have to get rid of one of his flyers. Alternately, I could bring in the Scorcher and hit him for 1, 2, 3... oh, let's do the Scorcher. Yeah. Is it actually for the win? Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yes, you are absolutely right. Excellent. And we swing with everybody. That's right. Actually, I don't know if it was 17, but certainly more than enough to do the job. This is fantastic. I'm really enjoying this deck. Okay. Okay, in this case, the extra point of damage was overkill, and overkill is a good word for that situation. Sphinx of the Guild Pack, woohoo! And again, this is the first monocolor limited deck I've ever played in my life. I've been playing Booster Draft a lot more actively over the past couple of years, but I've been playing at least on and off for, oh gosh, more than 20 years. Yeah, let's keep going. Woohoo! So, Secret Nerd Dad, how have your streams been going? Have you been able to finalize your audio situation? Three drops, 4 drops. Yeah, we'll keep this. Okay, good. I look forward to checking out your next one. Any idea when that's going to be? That's going to be annoying. I'm going to be taking 2 damage a turn from this guy until I can do something. Yeah, that's not going to help me. Okay. Alright, maybe he can just dump his hand, and then I can stabilize. I'm just gonna hang back. Because he is way ahead on this race. Yeah, not good. I think I'm going to... Yeah. What do you, trade for the scuttlebutt, you think? I can go to 10. I'm tempted to trade for the scuttlebutt. For the sentinel? Really? Alright, that goes against my feeling. Okay, next turn I'm going to... I could either put out a creature, Brawler or Outrage. Yeah, I understand that as Vigilance, but I'm not too worried about that at this moment. I could do Raider, I think Raider and dump a land. No, you killing? Yeah, alright. I do like the idea of killing it. But I will take 4 on the next turn. That's interesting. Okay, so I think the one here, I could do the score. Yeah. I like the Raider and the loot. Lava, really? Oh, in order to get these guys going? All right. Again, your advice has been serving me very well so far. I would have been tempted to do the raider for the card draw. Still haven't been able to play my Drakaseth, which is how this whole draft started. Block the Scuttlemut. I'm gonna block the Scuttlemut. Okay. Okay. Okay, so now, again, Raider, dump the mountain. Yeah. Agreed. Okay, that's fine. I don't think I've seen anybody play this this card yet, the regulator. Oh boy, that's bad. That's bad. Alright, so let's dump our hand. 4, 5, 6, yeah. Oh, I can't do all of it. No, I can't. I need. Oh, yeah, I can, of course. I miscounted the mountains that I had. What benefit does this get when it dies? He can get a card back. Where's Drakaseth when you need it? Alright, well I can chump block this. Let's see, 4. I could, yeah. Alright, so I have some. So what does this do? When it dies, you may exile it. If you do, put another target card from your graveyard on top of your library. So the grave he has, yeah, he has an overcome, which he might take back. He has another crasher. I don't think there's anything else he would take. I could simply chump block, or I could try to kill it. I'm actually kind of liking the idea of chump blocking. What do you think? Chump with an elemental? Yeah. If I had trample, that would be a lot more annoying. Pattern matcher. Do I have anything that I can pattern match? The answer is no. But I think we need to play it to get more board presence. I could also... I'm going to attack with the Raider and then follow with the Matcher. Does that work for you? No? Okay, so just the Matcher then and pass the turn? I would like to play it before this timeout runs out. Alright. Oh, I see what you're saying. Alright, let's play that, and sure. Let's see what he does. The thing is, he can keep sacking mountains to draw more cards. Yep. Interesting card drawing mechanism there. I don't know if I like it or not, but I think it's serving him well right now. Ooh. Don't like that.
The city is so constraining.
Alright, he's gonna probably get rid of Maurice. What's he doing? Yep. Okay, yeah, there's nothing I can do.
My fists. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try something new.
Getting rid of this. Ugh. So I can do this and Spitfire. I'm dead on the next turn because he has enough direct damage. Alternately, and he can just take it. Okay, I'm pretty sure this game is over. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. Yeah, this game is over. I'm going. Oh, 8, 9. Sure, I will attack Chandra, but this is hoping that he has like a brain aneurysm. Right. Okay, yeah. All he has to do is that, and that's game. Let's play it. No worries. No worries. I should have done this Spitfire. Sure. Okay, no, I should have done this. It doesn't matter, the game is over. So I'll play it out just in case. As I said, he had a brain aneurysm. Well, that's a lot to hope for. I hope he doesn't have a brain aneurysm, don't get me wrong. Let's just say I hope he has the functional but not dangerous equivalent of the aneurysm. Okay, that's fine. Okay. That was fine. Let's move on. Still waiting for that first 7-0 draft experience. I've gone 7-2 a bunch of times. I think maybe won 7-1. That's it. This is fine, I guess. Smuggler, brawler, sure. Nice kitty. Smuggler, attack. If I can keep drawing lands, I can get my Jackaseth going. Brawler's coming out next. So that stops him, so no worries. Hello, Bolus Horns. Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Very good of you. I am very grateful. Did I see you on... I saw you on somebody's stream. Whose stream was it? My memory is failing me. Whose stream did I see you on? Reminds me, I saw you on... Really? I'm going to pass. It would be weird to bluff at this stage of the game. Yeah. 5 fingers, thank you. That sounds right. Okay, I could get rid of one of his creatures. I could play another brawler and swing in for 4. Maybe more if I felt like it. I'm gonna hold off on the outrage. I'm just afraid that he's setting up to play some good elementals, or although he can do that with either one. Yep. Exactly right. Yeah, I was thinking that. He's an admin in your arena forum group. I do not know what an arena forum group is. Hey, Slice of Nice. Been a long time. How the heck are you? So this draft is going very nicely. I'm actually in a mono red deck, which right now we're 5-1. 2 days ago, I had a nice blue and white flyer set, which went 7-2. So things have been going well recently. We shall see if we can keep the momentum going. How have your things been? Yeah, Dracoseth, pretty crazy. Alright, so let's take a moment to let him think that we're really, really thinking, which we are. This time we will block. And if he has any tricks, then we can match trick for trick. It's +3/+3, so that gets it to 6 and 5. So this will allow them to bounce off each other. All right, so they're both 5/6, no harm done. One more land to get that guy going. I can do Chandra's Outrage to get rid of somebody, and then swing in with 2 creatures. I like the idea of outraging one of these. First I'm going to read Slice of Nice's message. White, green, go wide. Interesting. Most people are not really liking white much. Okay, guys. I think I should outrage one of his creatures. Which one is more dangerous, the Embercat or the Smuggler? I think the Embercat, because it can help him to get out Chandra and Elementals. In the absence of any thoughts, I'm going to proceed with that. And I'd rather do that before this rope runs out. Sounds good. now I can attack with everybody. Well, that's all right. I am gonna go to my final timeout. Nah, let's just do that. Guaranteed to get in for 4. Okay, one more land and this insane boy can come out. And we got another smuggler. Oh, that's interesting. I could take his smuggler. Oh, that's fantastic. We're going to take his smuggler. We're going to make both of them. Oh, this is incredible. I never would have envisioned this kind of a line with an act of treason. Aha, good for you. Yeah, okay, that's fine. But it untaps anyway. So, yeah, isn't that interesting? Right. That was insane. I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to highlight that and set that up as a separate video. That was crazy. That was very sweet. I liked that. Act of treason. That dumb card comes through. Okay. I'm going to bask for just a moment because that was just too sweet for words. And, okay, basking done. We go on and see if we can go 7-1. Woo! Outstanding. Yeah, absolutely. That was, wow. This is why we play this game. Alright, I'll go first. I can play this silly card on the second turn, or this card. Yeah, this is a keep for sure. Our bird grabber's gonna go first, though. So Bolus Horn and Slice. I've already mentioned this, but I don't think you guys have heard it yet. This is the very first monocolor limited deck I've ever played in my life. Yeah, I hear that. Okay, so we're gonna do this thing. Yeah, absolutely. And that we threatened to kill his druid. I am fine with that. Well, why do you think I call myself grizzledmage? Because I am an old man. So I met another streamer, his name is Chad something, and he actually touts himself as the oldest streaming Magic player. And he's about a decade younger than I am. What can I tell you? Alright, let's attack. Oh, you are in your 50s. Good for you. Good for you. Us old veteran players got to stick together, right? I like the idea of shocking him because he's having trouble getting lands out, and I'll follow up with the Spitfire. Any objection to shock Spitfire? And I have more removal in the wings if need be. Okay, this is going very, very well so far. And our Spitfire. We have some removal. Life is good. The only thing that nullifies my glee in this game He has a handful of cards. Alright, that was an interesting choice. I guess I could equip, there's no reason not to. So I'm going to go ahead and attack. What do you think, guys? Outrage or wait? Yeah, I like it. Right, and it pumps my Spitfire as well. Okay. I think we're going to get rid of his guy. He can sack that to deal 1 damage. I assume he's going to sack it to deal me a damage. Yep. I could... Actually, I draw a Dracoseth next. That would be incredible. Ooh. Alright. All good things. Not terrible. I am not going to equip because I'd rather keep a card in my hand. I do not want him to think that he can do anything with impunity. Okay. So, alright, yeah, I can... I should have equipped. It doesn't matter. And here's hoping no tricks. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Shaman, good for him. Spitfire, not very exciting. Sure, let's equip it now, because no reason not to. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've seen 8 of my lands. I would like to see some non-lands. Dracoseth, Dracoseth, Dracoseth. Let's hear you guys. Yes! Yes! That's incredible. We are going to attack. Maybe I should have held that back as a blocker, actually, because he can pump that. So he can make this a... Yeah, too late. Sorry. Yeah, I should have held him back as a blocker. So he has to attack with everybody because... Unless he has something sick in his hand. Alright, if he does block... if he does attack, rather... let's see, he can make this a 3-3. That's all he can do. Is there anything he can give this that will make it? No blocks. I think that's correct, because if he has a trick of any kind that I lose my Dragon Set, then likely the game. Yeah, I think we're all agreed. No tricks there. I'm a little surprised he didn't attack with everybody, because he needs something very big, very, you know, like right now. Is that true? Got it. Okay. He is desperate to find anything, and he has buzzed the game. Team, you are the best. Go team, go team. You guys. What can I say? I love you guys. Dracoset is such a sick card. Unbelievable. All right. You guys want to stick around and see what we opened? Let's see what we opened. So we got some gems, always nice. This guy. I'm gonna go. I feel like a little kid. I'm gonna open these right away. And we got Ley Lines of the Void. Interesting constructed card. And another wild card aside, Drawn from Dreams. Maybe I'll put that in a blue deck. I don't know. Okay, we are done with our draft. Thank you to everybody. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for just everything. Outstanding. None of my friends, none of my colleagues, none of my cohorts are streaming, so there's nobody to raid. So I say, everybody, thanks again so much for everything. Have a great day. Keep playing Magic. Have great games. Keep streaming. I look forward to seeing more of your streams as well. And everybody, stay out of trouble. Thanks again. Take care, guys.